Come on. Oh, look at that. That is high quality. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are making something which has sustained the world. Soldiers throughout the wars, we are making corned beef. We are going to attempt to make commercial corned beef as you buy in a tin. So I think this is going to be a first anywhere, but I don't think it's that hard to make actually, because commercial corned beef, if you read the ingredients, it has 2 ingredients, so it's not that hard. Now I must emphasize, this is not corned beef like you know, in a big piece of beef sliced off. This is going to be corned beef, bully beef, or affectionately known as corn dog, the same as you buy in a tin. Right, in here, this is called beef trimmings. I've got a couple of kilos. It's called beef trimmings, and there's quite a lot of fat and things on here. Now you can trim all the excess fat off if you so wish, or you can include it. Now for me, I'm going to include it because tin corned beef is quite fatty, and if we trimmed all this fat off, we'd probably only end up with a kilo of the trimmings. So I'm going to leave it on. It's going to dissolve anyway. Right, now what we have to do is basically cube up this beef. Now it's going to be pressure cooked eventually, so we want some good size cubes, and all we're doing is chucking it in a bowl. So that is it basically. That's the first stage. Cube up your trimmings in there. I mean, when it says trimmings, it could be anything, and I mean anything. However, the corned beef industry, that is what they use. They don't use the fine cuts of meat, they use the trimmings. The only reason we're going for the biggest size chunks, it's going to be pressure cooked, so this thing is going to reduce. Now we don't want it to reduce completely that we have no meat left. So nice and straightforward, cube up your meat. So in here, look, we have this fabulous trimmed beef. I have no idea what cut it is, it's shoulder and all sorts of stuff. In here I have salt, and I have my Cure 1 sodium nitrite. Give it a mix in. Okay, on our beef. And then carefully coat all your beef. So that's our coated beef in our cure. Now this has to sit in the fridge, in the refrigerator, for 24 to 48 hours. So I've got a couple of Ziploc bags here, look, and we're going to put our meat in there. Let's double the bag up now. Now I am double bagging simply because I don't want it to leak in the fridge. So just get that meat in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over a couple of times whilst it's curing. So that's our meat. So we just need to be sealing that. Now if you can squeeze some of the air out, squeeze a little bit out, but it's not crucial because it's going to develop a liquid inside as it cures off. We just don't want the liquid to come out in the fridge. So that's why we're double bagging. And this is what the companies will do. They will take all the trimmings and offcuts and they will cure it before cooking. It seems to be a really easy process. We're going to find out. So that is our beef there. Now we're going to put that in the fridge, and then what we're going to do over the next 2 days, well, I'm going to leave it 48 hours. We're going to keep rotating it. Every time we go in the fridge, every few hours, we're going to turn it over, and that means that the cure and the liquid is going to revolve around all the meat. It's as easy as that. So that goes in the fridge, and in 2 days we'll carry on. Our beef out of the fridge. It's been curing 48 hours. Now we need to crack on and try and make that corned beef. Instant pot liner. I'm using the Instant Pot. Only because I want to actually cook this under pressure very quickly for about 90 minutes. If you are using a pressure cooker on the stove, roughly about the same. Now this could be achieved by cooking this in a slow cooker, but it's going to take hours. So we're going to do 90 minutes in the pressure cooker. In it goes, including juices, everything that's in that bag in there. So don't forget, we've got a couple of kilos of meat in here, and it was offcuts. It was trimmings. That's why it's full of fat. Now, from reading how it's made, it would be in water. However, I've got a beef cube here. Okay, it's a bog standard beef cube from a well-known brand. We're just going to mix that in there with some water. So this is just regular cold water with a cube in. Now we're not going to go too crazy about mixing it. We just want that in there. We might get enough with that actually. Well, I was going to add more. Okay, that's our meat. I'm just going to give it a stir because obviously when we put the cold meat in, it went straight to the bottom of the tin, and we don't want it to stick on the bottom, you know. So that is our meat. That in the Instant Pot. In we go. Grab your lid. Lid on. Okay, so we're going to do about, I'm going to do 75 minutes. It's on, it's going to start cooking. When it builds up its pressure, it'll start the countdown. Okay, we are cooking. It's built up its pressure. We're now going to cook for 75 minutes, and then we'll let it naturally pressure release 15 minutes, and then we'll manually release it. Okay, there we are. We're on 15 minutes countdown, natural release, and then we'll release it manually. Okay, we have 15 minutes on the clock, or 16 on the clock. Now we can manually pressure release. Let the pressure go. Okay, let's crack off the lid. Always take the lid off towards you to let any extra steam disappear out the back. Well, I can tell you that looks like corned beef. So let's have that out of there. Onto here. Okay, that really does look like corned beef. Okay, we need to take that out of there and put it in a tray. We're going to shred it all. So we just need to be getting that out of there into our tray. And it certainly smells like corned beef. So there you are, that is our beef. I mean, look at this. Now I'm going to keep the fat. I don't want to get rid of the fat, I want it in. But look at it, look how it just, okay, and now we need to actually physically mash this up. So I'll let it cool a little minute so we can get in here, and we're going to mash it and mash it and mash it, and then we're going to blend a little bit, and we're going to make corned beef with real beef. Look at that. Okay, right, we need to do another procedure because this is not going to hold up if we try to can it. So I'll just move that to one side. What we're going to do is mix some gelatin. Now you can use agar-agar, up to you. We want about a cup of water, and I'm using gelatin, and we want a teaspoon of gelatin on there. We're going to leave it 5 minutes to bloom, and then we're just going to tip some boiling water in this other tub to melt that in there, to dissolve it. That is all we're doing. Somebody might say, when you see the next process, why don't we use that in there? Well, I'm not using that in there because it's full of salt, it's full of nitrates, so we're going to mix up the gelatin. So just give that a mashing up with a couple of forks. That is really good quality beef right there. Look at that. Right, now obviously it doesn't resemble canned corned beef at all. So we're going to blend it. We're going to put it in a little chopper and we're going to blend it, and it should resemble corned beef, tinned corned beef. Okay, so I have a little bit of hot water here. I'm going to put that in there. Now we don't want to go too crazy because you don't boil up gelatin. We just want to warm that through so we can dissolve it. So just let's dissolve that in there. It should dissolve without actually physically heating it in the microwave or boiling it on the stove. Okay, that is dissolved out of there. That is hot water, be careful. What we're going to do now is we are going to blend this in a little chopper thingy. So I've got one of these chopper things with these blades in here, look. Now what we're going to do is put that meat in there a little at a time. I don't think we can blend too much. Get that in there. A little at a time, he says, and then chucks it all in. Get that on there. We're going to blend. Will it do it? Come on, let's go. Let's get that out of there. Come on, we got to carry on now. We've got to get it in there. Come on, let's get that out. Oh, it's looking good, this. Look at that. That looks way better than the corned beef that you get in the tin. Oh my word. Okay, I'm just getting a pair of gloves on because I've had an idea. That is pure corned beef meat. 100% pure. If you actually taste it, that is sensational. That has got a fantastic beef flavour in there. A little bit salty, nowhere near as salty as canned corned beef. That is absolutely phenomenal. What a recipe this is. Right, now this is gelatin and water. And the idea of this, because this is going to be crumbly meat. So the idea of this, and I hope it works, because we're going to ruin the corned beef, we're going to chuck that gelatin and water in there. I'm holding my breath. We're going to give it a mix through, and we're going to mix it all up. Give it a good mix. See if we can incorporate it around all of that. Now obviously it's going to be crumbly in bits, but we're hoping that the gelatin in the water is absorbed and it helps us actually form a nice sticky beef mixture. And I don't mean sticky as in sticky, but holds it all together so we can actually put it in the fridge in a container, and when we come to cut it for sandwiches it holds together. That's what we're looking at, and I'm 100% certain it's going to work. Has to. Add gelatin to a cheesecake. It's not going to have affected taste in any way. That is absolutely phenomenal. That really is high quality right there from Chief Offcuts. I'm absolutely blown away, and we haven't even set it yet. Okay, that's quite warm. We need to put it in something to set it. There's a lot of corned beef there. Flipping heck. Right, we've got to find a tub to put it in. Now that is just phenomenal. I just can't get over it. Right, what we need to do, I think, we need to put a little bit of parchment in the bottom of this tub so it just plops out. So let's get a little bit of parchment. Right, I've got that little bit of parchment in there, as you can see, because I actually want to be able to get this out. I think it's going to actually want to stay in this tub. So we'll see. Right, what we need to do then is we need to get that in there. Now, we do want to be squashing it down, because it's like anything else. We don't want air pockets in there. Now what we're going to do is put this in the fridge. Oh, he dropped some on the floor there, look. We're going to put it in the fridge, we're going to let it set up, and then I'm going to actually cut it and I'm going to freeze it. And I've got my fantastic corned beef. Okay, that looks phenomenal. Wow, look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. This is a first. You haven't seen this before. Wow. Okay, I'm going to decide, I'm just going to put a little bit of wrap on there as well. Now, obviously this is completely optional because we're going to have a lid on. But I actually want that to set up in there. Now, obviously in a tin, it would be sealed. So we're creating a seal here, look. I would imagine this is completely optional because we're going to put a lid on. So we're going to get a lid on. And we're going to stick that in the refrigerator to cool completely and set up, because this is still warm. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at that. And there's in there, we know what theirs looks like. What does it slice like? Come on. Oh, look at that. That is high quality. Wow. Oh man. That is incredible. Look at that. Let's get that on here. Oh man. Oh, that is absolutely flipping marvellous. Oh, come on. We got that much of it, we don't have to worry. Oh, come on, we need to do the taste test without anything on it. I mean, this. That is incredible. Oh. Oh man, that is delicious. A nice beefy flavour and not very salty. That is phenomenal. That really is superb. Now we've got a can here, look, and what we've got left on there is probably about equal to 4 of those cans. So that is a massive, massive bargain. Just look at that. And if you don't believe me, look at that. So you get 4 of those easily. Incredible. Absolutely. Oh, there's no turning back now. I'm not going to put any butter on. We're going to put some mustard on. Oh, we're going to put mustard all over the table too. Oh, come on. So there you are. This is an exclusive, not on YouTube anywhere. No one has attempted to make this. You know why? Because they can't copy another recipe, but they can now. Let's give it a taste test, a proper taste test with, oh, look how much corned beef's in there. I mean, come on, we can really enjoy it. We've got it, we can enjoy it. Let's give it a squeeze. That's English mustard in there, look. That is phenomenal. Oh, That is absolutely flipping delicious. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. There you have it. We've got some here. All that, 4 cans easily. There, 4 cans easily. So you're going to have to weigh up the cost of how much it is to buy one of these to how much you can make one of these. But I tell you now, there's no going back for me when I've used my supply of these, when I can make this. This is phenomenal. So there you go. That's the first time on YouTube, on the internet. No one has made it before. You've seen it right here. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends, share all over, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. The only other thing I will say to this, freeze that, last 3 months in the freezer, not a problem, probably longer. But I would say 3 months to be certain. In the fridge, use it within about 8 days if you're just going to put it in the fridge. And there's quite a lot there, so unless you make a lot of corned beef dishes, freeze it. Take care.